Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome, Libra, to your April 2025 reading. Can't believe I'm saying April already. Spring has sprung. Um, this is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Some of you are in love with the Libra, platonically, romantically. Many of you know I have a lot of Libra love in my life. And I'm going to give him a quick shout out, starting with my nephew, who is right on the cusp of Virgo and Libra, but he is a Libra. August, what am I thinking? Um, September 24th. It's just so weird. My mind went to August. Um, my beautiful, talented granddaughter, Lily, which I shared, she's a singer, songwriter, musician. Um, she's a voice of an angel. I shared her latest single under my community post with y'all. I hope you liked it. I just brought tears to my eyes. But anyway, she is on October 14th, and my sister Tracy, who is Sean's mom, who has crossed over. She was October 15th. I feel like she's a big part of our readings. Always, always. And I felt that for many, many years. So we will definitely call on our spirit guides and feel comfortable calling on your spirit guides just to give you signs of confirmation. Many times the reading is your sign, but you know, the clarity of it so that you have clarity. You could ask for certain numbers, names, that's between you and your guides. And because I say random things all the time, like how I started with August. Some of you August may mean something to you. But, anyways, Libra, as I was pre shuffling your decks, which I always do, this is really when I go into a meditative state just to pick up if there's any special messages for you. And boy, did I get quite a bit. So I just wrote them down as words. I had to write them down because they were coming fast and furious. So for the month of April, I got fulfillment, sociability, like being out there, being social, solutions, real solutions coming your way, clear intentions, and new strategies. Good humor. This should be a month where you're laughing a lot. I hope. I hope you allow yourself. I feel like you're going to be stepping outside your comfort zone, but this is to give your creativity full reign. So again, stepping out of your comfort zone so that your creativity has full reign. That means you're creating something, and I feel like with everything that came before it, it feels like just the right time. I feel like there's definitely going to be harmony within current relationships, or at least the opportunity will show itself. Um, I even feel like there's going to be some who are in a relationship that may be starting projects together. When I say give your creativity full reign, I have a feeling some of you, your partner, your husband, your wife, your partner, whatever it may be, I feel like there's something that the two of you can do together. Like I feel like we're calling it our baby, and it feels good. So keep that in mind. If you're single, expect potential love. I want to say like first, like I'm going to like you, and then I'm going to fall in love. It all seems very favorable for you this month. And then the last thing I wrote is your balance. It feels like it's right on point for August. For August, there I go again for April. Somebody is connected to August. Let's just say that. Of course, I have some beautiful spirit guides that were born in August. So that could also be part of it. But when my spirit guides step forward, so do yours. So those are just a few of the things. So this feels like it's going to be a good month. I'm not going to say it's going to be issue free because, that's just life. But I feel like we have a good chance of having like a very, very favorable month. All right. So we are going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify and go deeper. For your main spread, we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. I got the Romance Angels out in case love comes up. I'm going to put them right over here. And then the major arcanas that I really use for bullet points. Who's reading? I did Virgo's reading and I asked Virgo if they would comment on whether you feel that these major arcanas really do bring, I feel like, so much clarity into a reading, so much, um, what's the word I want to use? Hmm, can't think of the word right now, but I definitely feel they bring value. So, but I want to know what you think. So we will use them, and I really use them as bullet points. They're not your whole reading, but man, they can give us some tremendous messages. Yes, I'm still drinking coffee. All right, but I am going to open up your reading, and we will give Mother Mary the honor. So, Libra, again, sun, moon, rising. You know, definitely, like a lot of people watch their sun sign, which is good. But don't forget about your moon and your rising. And I say that because that's the inner you. That's your inner workings. Sometimes the moon is the things that we don't know about you because you don't show it. Um, but it can really help give you clarity. And I have a feeling I have a few Libra moons here anyway. All right. Oh, and real quick before I start, I'm sorry. I did a money reading for you where we just talked about money a couple weeks ago. So I will connect that under the comment section when this video is released. I'll put it in the comment section and I'll pin it. So if you want to watch it, it'll be there. It was great. It was a great reading. I remember I think yours was the first one I did. And I didn't do all the signs. I just did the ones I really felt called to. And you were the first one. So, you know, I'll leave it up to you whether you want to watch it. But I will, I'll pin it in the comment section, but I'll also put it as an end screen for you so you don't have to search. I also want to let you know real quick that I started a new membership program. Already have one where it's a simple thank you. It's a level one, and it's just, it's like a simple thank you, Sandy. And then I just started a second one, and I'll tell you why I did it. I have that series Beyond the Veil Psychic Readings. It's a podcast, and I started it on Buzzsprout, but I did bring it I shared it on YouTube also. And I was thinking about removing it from YouTube and just leaving it on Buzzsprout. Now, Buzzsprout shares it with Apple and Amazon Music and SoundCloud, so that's why I chose Buzzsprout. They share it for me. But I then thought, well, before I do that, let's just, because I love you guys so much, I thought, let's go ahead and let you guys ask some questions. So I opened that up so you could ask some questions, and I've been answering them. I have to tell you, I got like hundreds of questions, and it's going to take me a little while. I'm not taking any more questions. I just can't. But my point is, because there was so much interest, I thought, let's just make this a membership. Let's not take it off of YouTube. So I have it as a membership, and what we'll do in this membership level is we'll go live. Um, you could ask whatever you want to ask. I'm doing it in a membership because I had a membership program like this before, and then my channel got hacked and it deleted everything, so I had to rebuild. Um, but I needed time before just to recover before I did a membership program. Well, I'm ready now. So this membership level will allow you to ask whatever you want to ask. Um, and you can ask more than one question. I love it. I love doing it in a membership because last time, like, we got to know each other on truly a soul level. And I love that. And I want that again. So I'm hoping some of my old members rejoin. Um, but again, we'll go live. I'm going to try for once a week, but let's say twice a month. But whenever I have free time, I'll go live. And then you could ask again whatever you want. You just want to consider the other people in the room. But other than that, I love it. Um, Also, I will send, I'll do special videos for you also that I'll send directly to you guys. It'll be for members only. Um, Now, I'm not saying I'm never going to go live on YouTube for everyone because I will, but it is really quite exhausting. Um, it really zaps all my energy, but I'm okay with that. I do need a day to recover. Um, so, I will also do that, go live here and there for, those who maybe you just can't afford a membership or you're not interested in a membership. Don't think that I'm leaving you out completely. I'm not. Okay. Mother Mary didn't take long. She's like, stop talking, Sandy. All right. Optimism. Optimism. Well, that's what I feel like your whole month is about. I feel like, you know, Mercury is going to be in retrograde for the first week in April. So you do want to think about that. You know what I mean? There can be miscommunication. There can be trouble with technology. But mainly, I feel like, you want to think about what you're thinking about or think about what you're about to say. Because once you say it, you can't take it back. But other than that, I feel like I know Jupiter and Venus and um, there's a couple planets that are really in your favor. I expect good things to happen, and they do. I expect good things to happen, and they do. That is like using your optimism and putting your intentions out there at the same time. So, again, this reminds me of the Three of Wands, where the person's like in the present moment, trusting in divine timing. I feel like literally saying that to divine timing, like, I know that my ships will come in their due time. In the meantime, I'm just going to live my life through an optimistic lens. Expect good things to happen and then watch them come true. Okay, one more sip. There's some days I just feel like I can't get enough coffee. And this was one of them. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the lid down. And let's bring in the major arcanas. Pre-shuffled, but I do like to shuffle the cards with you here also. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. Though many of you know I don't really read them as signs. It's the energy. It's the number 5. So again, talk about change. I love this image because I feel like you're about to get, like, there's a blessing that's about to happen. This is about your faith. This is about your hope, your trust within divine, your morals. It's a 5, so it may want you to question that, but literally just to see if you're living according to your standards. We have the High Priestess, your intuition, and then speak about divine timing. We have Temperance. Temperance's first message is patience. Patience, my child. Well, I do my work, you do your work. I can't help but notice the image of her mixing the loving waters of these 2 cups. We may see soulmates in this reading, but this is about divine timing. But it'll let you know that something is opening up in divine timing. And you over here, you're okay with that. You're trusting in that. You're expecting good things to come your way. Well, divine is the perfect energy to bring it in. And next to your intuition, it's like signs, guidance. It's like you're not just thrown down here with no guidance. Your intuition is your GPS. Some of you may be making some changes, but if you're making changes, I feel like you're trying to better your life. I feel like instinctively, like maybe something needs to change so that something else can open up. Also card of Sagittarius, by the way. I just want to see if anything else wants to come out. The Wheel. Your destiny. That's good news because Temperance right before the Wheel. Divine, right? All in divine timing. So it feels like you're about to spin that wheel. It's like your intuition is telling you that. But I feel like, again, opening the reading up with the 5, first, I want to question certain things in my life, and just, am I living life according to my terms, my faith? Are my morals intact? Have I lowered my vibration to be with another, platonically or romantically? Remember, you are who you hang out with. I used to tell my kids that all the time. You might be a good kid, but if you're hanging out with the bad kids, then everyone's going to consider you part of that pack. But anyways, this wheel, it's like she's blindfolded. To me, it feels like blind faith. So I feel like I'm trusting in divine more than ever. What you're really doing is trusting your intuition. Okay. Let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. So I like that a lot because number 1, the Hierophant mirroring the wheel. First, I feel like there was a change. But you know what it feels like to me? Like you yourself are evolving. And you know what happens when we evolve? Those who don't, normally the universe just tries to let them fade away. Now, the human part of us sometimes tries to pull them back in, but I feel like you have clarity. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're very clear on what's going to stay, what's going to go, what I want to do next. Though I feel like you are taking some chances. Um, But again, divine has your back. So far, everything I was feeling as I was shuffling, before I started the reading, I feel like we're already starting to see it. All right. We have the Three of Swords. So, okay. Well, that's probably the change. But look at this, the wheel. Some of you could have been on a repeat pattern with someone where you just kept getting your heart broken. I mean, hopefully you weren't the one breaking the heart, but I don't think that's the case because Three of Swords does talk about, loss, heartache. Um, but because we have a five right above it and the Hierophant, I feel like this is what wants to now fade away. And maybe I really needed to, so that when I do spin this wheel, it can be as clear as possible. Like, I spin this wheel, I clearly know that I don't want to move towards any type of heartache. Done with that. Done with whoever caused it. Someone could have broken your heart 3 times. Well, 3 times and you're out. 3 strikes and you're out. I'm also noticing that there are 2 wheels and Temperance mixing the loving waters. We'll see. We have the Strength card, speaking of August. This is Leo's major arcana. This is really going in, going within. This is learning who you are on a core level. This is the ability to overcome. I feel like you have this person who really has tamed this lion. I think it's a tiger here, but usually it's a lion. Um, and the lion being the king of the jungle. But I feel like it needed tamed, and so you do. It's another energy of balance, really. But I feel like it's knowing oneself, like all of myself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I also want to say I feel like for a lot of you, I feel like this is helping you to overcome what went wrong, you know. That 8 strength card. And by the way, it's coming right under Temperance, who is about divine timing. So for some of you, it can be like, especially with the Hierophant, that's asking you to question certain things. So I feel like, number one, it feels like the Three of Swords, the energy of it is fading away. And I feel like, and you're allowing it because you do have to allow it. It means really that you're not going to keep your focus on it. You're thinking forward, not back. It's almost like a reward for doing that work because it's not easy in the strength card because you really do need to know like your shadow self. Like give your shadow self a name. And when it comes out, call it by its name that you give it. And if it's not needed at that time, tell it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you right now. I've got control of this. Hello, lovers. So, the lovers. Hmm. First of all, it's a card of Gemini. The meaning of the card is a head over heart decision. But come on, look at these two. Look at their embrace. And they're naked because they're being their authentic selves. Exactly how they should be. Especially if I'm in love with this person or if this is someone I'm about to meet, like turning into love, then I feel like it's a symbol of being exactly who you are. You know, it's like we all have this shadow self. We've all gone through periods of things that we wished we would have done differently. But they probably taught you a lot. And, sometimes you have to know yourself in love. Am I a good lover? And I don't mean sexually. I mean, do I show love? Because if I don't show it, why would I expect someone else to then give me love? Even though I don't feel like that's your problem at all, Libra. I don't feel like you have a problem showing, real emotion. We have the Four of Pentacles, mirroring that Three of Swords. Three, unsteady. Four, steady. Three, Three Swords. Four of Pentacles, your foundation. Sitting right next to the Lovers. It's an important thing to think about, right? Because you know how I said where I feel like for some of you singles, and even those in partnerships, this is great energy. But if you're single, I feel like what I want to do is I want to start with a strong foundation. And maybe that's why I felt like first, maybe it's friendship first, that then turns into love. Okay. We have the Death card. So goodbye, Three of Swords. This is about endings, but it's so that you can have a rebirth. It's about closing doors, but a new door always opens. It's just the way it is. It's a promise, really, from the universe. Also, card of Scorpio, your neighbor. And then we have the Six of Swords. This is really good. I'll tell you why, because this is about moving on. So, what are you moving on from? Well, you got to go back one card to the Five of Swords. Toxicity, bad communication. You've had enough. You're ready to spin this wheel. You're ready to move on. And that's exactly what you're doing in this energy. Six of Swords temporarily can be difficult energy, but mainly for those who have a hard time with change. We open your reading with a 5. So I already knew there was going to be some type of change, but it is coming from light energy. Three of Swords doesn't mix with that light energy. So I feel like if I've been dealing with anyone whose morals are completely different than mine, maybe our end game is completely different, then what have I really lost? Maybe instead of saying, okay, I lost, what have I really learned? So it looks like you are closing that door and you're saying adios to someone. And listen, I love that it's mirroring your intuition. It's like this wheel, this destiny is about to open. It's like you're feeling it. It's like divine timing is sooner versus later. But you have a big part in that also. I feel like the closing of this door, because let's face it, if this is, let's say, old love, this is new love. This is hurtful, painful. This is you being you and completely giving of yourself and the other. Very romantic, by the way. They're in candlelight. Mm. Ay, 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 ay. The Knight of Cups. Wow. Unexpected cup of fulfillment. And it is mirroring temperance, who is literally mixing the waters for these loving cups. Soulmates, no doubt. But it's unexpected. And I love how it's happening after the fact. And what I mean by that is if I don't close the door to the Three of Swords, then that remains. But because I closed that door, and remember, Divine tells us that when we close doors, a new door will always open. You know, there's always new adventures to be had. We just have to allow ourselves. Well, this is romance. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be any of that. Um, my little psychic detective. Interesting if she is a Virgo and this is a Gemini, they both share Mercury. And that may be a little clue. Not that you have to share Mercury, but you may have like certain planets in alignment with each other, with who's ever in this Knight of Cups. She's looking right at the Knight of Cups like, I'm ready. And even the flowers that she's holding. She's not holding red roses, which would symbolize love. What are they? Like dandelions? To me, it's symbolizing friendship. Like, I think I like you. The beautiful Knight of Pentacles, Libra. I have to tell you, with such little cards, I'm already receiving the big picture. So, you know, I feel like when we learn to close doors to things that just are no longer serving us, things that would hold us back, people who don't have our backs. You know what I mean? People who are meant to love us, but yet give us heartache instead. It has to come from you. Like, I feel like the Six of Swords is a free will decision. You know, I'm deciding that I've had enough. And some of you could have been in that energy for a little while. You know, maybe you really wanted something to work out. But it doesn't feel like it did. It feels like, you know, I know it didn't because I don't feel like the death card would have showed. And then the death card mirroring the Knight of Pentacles, your guardian angel. This Knight of Pentacles carries a couple messages. The first message is patience. So is Temperance's first message, patience. Why does this Knight want you to have patience? Well, because I'm bringing you in this pentacle. And this pentacle means something that's coming into your physical life. And it really is truly meant to enhance your life. So I come at the right time. Now, if I would have came here while you were still going through this, I don't know that you would appreciate this, what this knight is bringing in. This is a great omen anytime I see this in a reading. To me, it means blessings are on their way. And I don't feel like it's a one-time thing. Matter of fact, I feel like the Knight of Pentacles brings in signs, but also something into your physical world. It's truly meant to enhance your life, not deplete it. So if it's anything, like if anything comes towards you that feels like, where you have hesitation, it's probably not the Knight. Because I feel you'll clearly know this. And by the way, it's mirroring the wheel, your destiny. So I come at the right time. We have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Six of Pentacles is that fine art of give and take. Well, we have a 3 opening this up. So, I feel like someone gave and someone took. 9 of Swords underneath that. That could be why some of you may have had a little bit of resistance to closing doors because you may be worried, like, will I ever find true love? But it doesn't even have to be about love, though. The cards on the table definitely signify that. But what I was going to say, in a Six of Pentacles, I feel like this is a lesson we're learning. That fine art of give and take. Because I'm seeing the 3 swords, I feel like you gave, but maybe you weren't receiving. And it needs to be fair. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Throne. Let's go deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper. I feel the more grounded you feel, the more opportunity finds you. Or let's say, the more you take advantage of the opportunity that's going to find you. This Knight of Pentacles, it's not just love. I mean, this knight is what's bringing in love. Or at least the opportunity. This knight could be backing up the other knight. But I feel it could also talk about, well, let me put it another way. I don't feel like it's a one-time thing and I'm done. I feel like the knight's like, if you take advantage, or use this pentacle that I bring to you, and you use it to evolve your life, well, trust me, there will be more and more and more to follow. Oh, hello, soulmates on the bottom of the deck. We'll see if they come to the table. All right. Start at the beginning, but read it as a whole. Wow, wow, wow. Knight of Pentacles again. Now, literally right over that 3 of Swords. 5 of Wands. And look at that, the 3 of Swords over the Strength card. So that's part of what you've been trying to overcome. Now, that 3 of Swords can, it can come from different places. But if we look back one card, that 5 of Wands, well, that's a lot of drama. That's a lot of drama. Fighting. Ego. Nobody wanting to back down. I feel like the best thing you do if you're dealing with drama is to disconnect from it. Disconnect from those who are causing it. That's what your guardian angel wants you to do. And then that three swords over the strength card. Can you overcome those swords? Well, it's showing you overcoming them. And I have to say, I feel like it's like your guardian angel was pointing out, like, maybe something you were fighting for that really wasn't worth the fight. And for those who may still be in the Three of Swords, I feel like this reading is to help you understand that you can move out of that energy. You know, keep looking forward. Optimism, right? Yes, bad things happen, but so do good things. Here's the bad. And we're already starting to see the good, but it's coming through your human actions because you decide to close that door, because you decide to move on, which is exactly what you should do when there's drama. And Libra, you don't like drama. That's why justice is your major arcana. You like fairness. You want balance, but you want the people around you to have balance also. You don't want fairness just for yourself. You want fairness for all, but you deserve it yourself. All right, let's keep going. I kind of love seeing the Three of Swords coming over the Strength card because this tells me that this is energy you can certainly overcome. And I have to tell you, I feel what follows will one day have you not even thinking about that Three of Swords anymore. So think about that. Sometimes people hold this power over us, but I don't feel like you're even aligned, like in a spiritual way, even in a faith way. And that could drive you a little crazy also. Judgment, your spiritual team coming over the lovers. Now, do I feel like these lovers are meant to happen? Well, I don't feel like your spiritual team would come out right where they are. So, judgment is number one, yes, your spiritual team. And what they're doing is they're calling you to the present moment. Well, that's exactly what this person who is carrying optimism in the heart, that's what they're doing. They're living in the present moment. And they're saying to divine, I know good things will happen, but it's my intentions. Your intentions are 9/10 of the law. So this is also about signs and being guided. So if you have any worry, especially because you dealt with this Three of Swords, you dealt with some drama, and it can take a little time to like come back to oneself. Well, your spiritual team is like, baby, we got someone in line for you, but it's also part of your will. And we have two wills. Wow. Ace of Cups. And this Ace of Cups is mirroring the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Love, connected to your will. Exactly what judgment is saying will guide you towards this, but we need you in the present moment. Clear your mind, and you will pick up on our signs. And if you follow, hello, love. All right, we have the King of Wands, or the King of Pentacles. Um, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now we have the King of Pentacles. However, this King is coming over the Death card. And then we have the Ten of Wands over the Six of Swords. First of all, for those who may have left something and you wondered, did I make the right move? And there was some type of drama involved. This tells you that you did make the right move because it only amplifies. Like that drama doesn't go down, it just keeps amplifying. It also is reminding me of, again, the art of give and take. Ten of Wands, the responsibilities are all on your shoulders. And I do feel like sometimes it just feels like it's too much. So what do? Exactly what I feel like you should do. You jump in this boat and you head off to new, beautiful waters. You put the past in the past. We have the Emperor, card of Aries, coming over the Knight of Cups. Hello, Ace of Wands. Literally, you're listening to your guides because here's your guide's trumpet calling you to the present moment. Why? Because there's going to be some human action that you'll probably have to take. This is guidance. And not only is it guidance, but it's very clear. Like you will feel that calling, you will feel that passion. If we go back one card, the Emperor coming over the Knight of Cups. I don't, for some of you, yes, it could be in Aries, but I feel like what this is saying is the type of person. So when I think of the Emperor or the Empress, I feel like these are people I can look up to. This is probably someone who does align with your morals. This person is compassionate, empathetic. They care about their fellow man and woman. Many times they have healing abilities, whether they use them in a business or not. Often I feel this is a business owner. And yes, it could be you even starting a business, but coming over the Knight of Cups, you know, it can certainly be an opportunity because I do feel like opportunities are going to find you. So this may be twofold, like an opportunity to really do what you love. The Ace of Pentacles talks about following your passion, but you're going to be inspired. And then, hello, Ace of Pentacles. Three aces connected. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. Now, how beautiful that the Knight of Pentacles, whose promise is, I bring you in a pentacle, and this pentacle is really meant to enhance your life. It's not a one-time thing. Matter of fact, the more you notice it and appreciate it, the more you receive. It's like when you're in a grateful state, you have more reason to be grateful. Well, the promise of this pentacle, and then literally that pentacle shows right over it. Hmm, hmm, hmm. You know, wow. I feel like you have a couple things coming to fruition. Some of you, it is you have love. However it's coming, your spiritual team is really directing the flow of it. And not just that, but it already sits upon your will, so it's probably predestined. And this just might be the right time. But I have to say, the right time is definitely closing this door because that's really what opens everything else up. I'm not going to take it anymore. Even if it's work, like if all the responsibilities are on your shoulders, maybe some of you have been wanting to make or do your own business. This ace seems like it helps give you the way, some maybe even the money, and then loving what you do. Ace of Wands would always say follow your passion. Now, as it relates to love, holy cow. Number one, that Ace of Cups coming over the Four of Pentacles, there's that strong foundation. You know, that's what I want to think about, anyways. Let's start with a strong foundation. You know, because life will happen. But when we have a strong foundation, chances are it's not going to knock us off our foundation. And then even the Emperor, male or female. And I know that confuses some people, but remember that we carry both feminine and masculine energy. But I feel like this is really just giving you a clue of what type of person is about to enter your life. And I don't feel like there's any part of them that will have their hands out in, like, I felt like you already dealt with. Like, gimme, gimme, gimme. If anything, they'll want to give, give, give. This is also perfect energy for collaborating. Some of you, you're going to be collaborating with a soulmate, and that may be existing relationships where like your interest gets piqued, or maybe two of you already know, but this may be the right, well, not might be, this is the right time. And I feel like that's romantic. Even though it's work, it feels romantic. All right. Wow. Let's go right underneath it. You know, if a lower vibrational energy came over the lovers, then I'd be like, whoa, slow down, you move too fast. But with your spiritual team coming over the lovers and telling you that we are going to send signs. We are, I mean, this Ace of Wands is all about the signs. It takes your human action now. The love, I feel like, is just going to happen. Ace of Pentacles can literally mean love that's coming into your physical world. But I don't want to leave out the fact that I feel for some of you, it's also, you know, money or an opportunity, a way. You know, maybe I've been wanting to create something, but it feels like there's something always in my way. Well, now I feel like it's cleared. So now it's time, if you so choose. Hello, Empress. Well, you guys know how much I love seeing the Emperor and the Empress in the same reading. You know, I kind of skipped over this King of Pentacles, but that's because he's over the death card. And we do have the Queen of Pentacles. But here's the thing. I feel like you have evolved. They have not. I feel like you've had enough, and they're more than happy to continue playing games. Again, they carry a lot of drama, a lot of ego, And I literally just feel like you've had enough. I love the Empress and the Emperor in the same reading, but now let's throw love in the mix. Well, first of all, for those in an existing relationship, these two, when they collaborate, they can make magic together. Beautiful music together. But I do feel like for some, there's a conversation of to this king saying, I've had enough. Why? Because as the Empress, that means you have evolved, or the Emperor. You know, male or female, it doesn't matter because we are both. This just means exactly what I felt like the very first card the Hierophant was asking you to ask yourself. Am I living life according to my beliefs? Do I feel that love is supposed to be a better feeling than what I've been given? But also, what did you learn? And sometimes it is as simple as now I know what I don't want. Listen, someone can't come in and charm the Empress who has low vibrational energy. They can't do it. She will read them immediately and she'll shut that door immediately. I love her creative energy. You know, she takes these epiphanies that are really sent to all of us and she puts them to use. I feel like someone has come in between you and your abilities, but it feels like no more. No more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack. All right. No more singing. Now I know why the Knight of Pentacles is over that Three of Swords, because it's mirroring the Empress. And it's like a good reward for the good work that you have done. Like a karmic reward. Like you shut that door, and we are so proud of you. And now, let us, let us come into your life. All right, we have the Five of Cups. Interesting. I don't want to skip right over that. Five of Cups, you know, it's a five. So again, change. But it wants you to reflect upon it first. So in the Five of Cups, where your focus is at, is the cups that have been knocked over. I feel like someone has been praying for change. And I feel like your prayers are being heard and answered, but they need your physical action at the same time. So isn't it amazing how people who hurt us, we can still miss them until this person turns around, says no more. There's two cups behind them. Remember how we saw the soulmates in the beginning? Well, it's kind of representing the soulmates. All of a sudden, I'm thinking, are the soulmates already out? We have the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Beautiful. And then the Three of Pentacles. All right. So the Two of Pentacles, you know, it's putting the ball in your court. You don't have to say yes. it is your prerogative. You certainly don't have to say no, but that is also your choice. So the Two of Pentacles, they call it the Juggler's card. You know, can I fit this into my already existing schedule? And that may be for some. I feel like it's more about using your logical mind because it's coming over the Knight of Cups. So that unexpected cup of fulfillment, you're making that decision. You're saying yay or nay. I'm hoping, though, you feel your divine's energy's presence because right next to it is the Three of Pentacles. So we have two threes right here. So let's talk a second about that. So the Three of Pentacles speaks about your individuality and being proud of who you are. Because in the Three of Pentacles, other people are admiring you. I feel like often it may not be said, but it's still happening. Some of you, you're taking your creativity and you are building what feels like a new life for yourself. Now, as this relates to love, because it's also in that line of love, one of my favorite images for love, because this represents you being who you truly are and them being who they truly are. Again, the lovers being naked. That's what I mean. Like, no need to wear a mask. Like, being celebrated for exactly who you are. Sometimes I feel like in that type of energy, the things that I don't like about myself are the things that they find the most adorable, and vice versa. But this is both of you appreciating the individual soul. Okay? But the ball is in your court. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes for you? And it is more than just one thing. That's for sure. Okay. Now we have all the aces on the board. Now we have the Ace of Swords. So first of all, to me, the Ace of Swords represents truth. Truthful communication. So whatever being spoken through this, it is the truth, and I can trust it. Ace of Swords is also my yes card. So here, where the ball's put in your court, I feel like here, you're saying yes. Now, this Ace of Swords is coming over the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you, this is your own voice. And creating from it. And I don't mean literally like using your voice, though for some of you, that's what you do, like I do. Wow. You know, no one's going to shut down the Empress's voice because she doesn't speak bullshit. She speaks truth. Remember, the Empress has learned how to open her heart after the fact. The Empress has truly gained a sense of power due to the experiences she's been through. I do feel like the Emperor and the Empress have gone through the dark night of the soul probably a few times, but have come out the other end stronger than they ever were. All right, we have two more cards. Oh, interesting. Seven of Swords and the Chariot. Now, it kind of came the other way, but just the way I turned it is the way I really feel it. So, Seven of Swords. I have a feeling you did deal with the Seven of Swords, which is really about untrustworthy energy. They call it the thief in the night. Definitely a taker. Sometimes they just don't know anything else than that. Could have been the way they were raised. I'm not going to say this person can't evolve, but I feel like it's not with you. And honestly, I don't feel like they do. I'm not saying eventually, but that's not why it's here though. It's in reverse to let you know that this energy through your spiritual team and divine timing is ushering in this Ace of Cups and the Lovers, all these aces. But I feel like what it's saying is you don't have to worry with this connection whether I can trust someone or not. I feel like it's going to be very clear. Let me give you a really quick example. I think about like my past relationships, and there was very few that I could really trust. Now that Sam and I are back together, and those who don't know, he was my teenage boyfriend, and then we split up in our teenage years. But then he reached out 40 years later, and we are now living together. I mean, it's not quite that simple, but it really was that romantic. But anyways, this really is the first time in my life where I really feel, let me tell you, I don't even think about, is Sam trustworthy or not? I just know he is. I feel it. I know it. I don't have to think about it. And boy, is that freeing. And then look at this, the Chariot. Unlimited potential. Really in all areas of your life. Wherever you put your focus is what you're going to grow this month. But this is just the beginning. Oh, this is just the beginning, my friend. So the Chariot does need balance, but you're used to that. And you prefer to live in a balanced state anyway. I feel like this is also answering the question where you're making a decision of saying yay or nay. Well, the Chariot, I feel like, is yes. And we already have the yes card out. It feels like there's nothing to fear here, but maybe fear itself. But I don't see any fear. I really don't. I see you putting the past in the past. I see you creating and being happy creating. Some of you, that's when you're your happiest. I know it's when well, I don't know if it's my happiest, but when I do tarot, I really love doing your readings because every reading is like a movie to me. This is the movie of Libra. And it's a top seller. Okay. I want to bring in the clarifying love situations. We'll take a couple. And then I will bring in the romance angels. So I feel like your reading is very clear. How long does it take to get from this hurtful energy over to all these blessings? It's up to you. It's you. It's you deciding to close doors And it may not just be whoever caused that three swords. I feel like it's you just saying, I want a better life, and therefore I know what's got to go. It's you paying attention to these signs and then putting them into action because these signs that your spiritual team are sending, it's telling you that it will then need your human action, but it's giving you the inspiration to do that. It's even trying, I feel like your spiritual team's even trying to take away, again, if there's any fear, they're trying to take that away by showing you that this is someone who's going to appreciate you for exactly who you are, and vice versa. All right. Controlling. Power struggles lead to being excuse me. Power struggles lead to being manipulated. Well, we know where that goes. Trusted ties. Build rapport. Believe in mutual respect and respond with understanding. And I feel like I want to just take off the top. Hanging on. Release the past. Oh my gosh, no wonder I felt like my spiritual team was like, take one more, Sandy, and take it off the top. And so I do. Hanging on. Release the past and let yourself love again. Wow. I just want to say real quick, some people say, how come other people can find these great laws and this and that? What I want to say to you is think about where your own energy is at. Think about the law of attraction. If I'm still, well, I was going to say, if I'm still in the energy of heartache, I may need some time out in between, but that won't be for everyone because I do feel like those three swords, once you move into this new energy, I don't think you're going to think about them again or it, whatever it may be. All right. Bring out the romance angels. And don't forget what Mother Mary said. I expect good things to happen, and they do. Give them a cut. I don't know why I said it like that. Well, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Mm-hmm. Why, yes, they are. Jeez. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Yeah, I don't feel like this is talking about what's coming in. I feel like this was red flags that were sent. And don't beat yourself up for missing red flags because we all do. Or we see it and we're like, well, but I kind of want what I want. Spiritual team is like, well, that's your free will. I can't come in between it. Also, I feel like that should make you feel good as in, you know, um, as love goes, that if by chance anyone was coming in that wouldn't be good for you. Your spiritual team is going to let you know. But I don't feel like that's why it's here. I feel like it's talking about what was. I feel like there were red flags. I know many of us, ignore the red flags at first to the point we no longer can. Oh, look at this. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Hmm. Now, that could also be a past life. And I say that because, the Emperor and the Empress mixed with love here. They're definitely soulmates. They've lived life together before. And this just might be coming back around again. That might be why we're seeing the wheel twice. You may have been together in a past life. Maybe something was left like incomplete. And this lifetime gives the two of you an opportunity to, well, come together. Come together right now over me. Well, well, well. The very last card. But here it is. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. That's probably why I kept saying the Ace of Swords is my yes card. Yes, this is your soulmate. Temperance, mixing the loving waters of those two cups, and then actually bringing it into your life. Libra. Not only did your money reading look fantastic, but oh my God, April, which by the way is, that's why you're seeing so many aces. It is just the beginning, my friend. It is just the beginning. I feel like allow your heart to explore. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. Um, I feel like this is one of those readings where I don't want to overread it, especially with the soulmates being our last card. It just feels like it was meant to be like the cherry on top. Yes, this is your soulmate. I love you guys. I can't wait to hear your comments. It's funny because at this time in a reading, I start thinking about a title because I don't want to forget the reading. Um, but I mean, wow. That's what I feel like putting, just like, wow. Such an abundant reading. And by the way, these aces, they're opportunities. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? And they are. And they're being guided just as you are being guided. This is why we saw two wills. All right, I'm still talking. I love you guys. I thank you. I will see you next time at our table. Bye bye.